it's going to work. If not, we're nuking it. We're going to nuke it. We're going to nuke it if we can't get a connection out here. But one never knows until one tries. Just kind of out and about, doing a little bit of live streaming, a little walk in the park, reconnecting. That reconnected. Going for about a minute so far, and it's tried to reconnect 3 times on me. So no guarantees that we will keep doing a walk in the park today, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Hopefully I got good enough signal to keep it rolling. So let me know in the comments if you think the stream is suffering from connectivity issues. Otherwise, I'm going to do a lap over here. There's a great disc golf course over here at Thomas Park in Salina. And just a gorgeous day today. So I figured, why not get out and do a little walk in the park? And you know, if I'm going to do a little walk in the park, why not share it with some fine folks on YouTube? We'll see if it works. Still some remnants of snow and ice from all the cold weather, specifically in the really shady spots. So, bit of a shady park anyway. But yeah, having a fun little walk through the park. Hopefully it doesn't get too muddy. That would not be fun. But so far it hasn't tried to reconnect any further. Just that first minute or so had a bit of a sketchy connection. Don't have any real purpose to being out here today other than just enjoying a bit of the weather on my lunch break, going on a bit of a walk to stretch the legs. Don't want to slip and fall on some of this ice, but we have a great disc golf course over here, which of course leads paths through some wooded areas and whatnot. So figured I'd take an opportunity to share some of that with anybody that wanted to watch. Anybody wanted to chime in, certainly welcome to do so. I haven't been out here to this park for quite a while. And in the wintertime, what's up, Mark Fun Jones? In the wintertime, it's neat because all the leaves are off the trees. And you can really see a little deeper in what's happening. So, but not sure if the connection is going to work in the deep woods. So I'm going to just kind of keep walking around and seeing what's up. You keep on working, Mark. Do good work. Enjoy it. I hope your day is going super duper well. I know mine is. It's just been a great morning so far. Part of it's because it's Friday. Part of it's because the weather is so nice. So very nice. And I hope it is with you guys wherever you're at. But I don't know. I just couldn't sit indoors for my lunch break today. I wanted to get out here and share it. So here I is. Here I is. And we have a perfect little park right close to where I work. It's great for getting out in it. I noticed, though, that some of the places I'm treading tend to be a bit muddy from all of the melted snow. Weather's warming up, and a couple days ago maybe it was frozen. Today, not so much. This old stoner, good to see you. What'd that say? Ha-ha! Yeah. All right, the ghost in the machine. I will certainly accept it. Good to see you hanging out over here. I happened to be on this morning. I haven't been doing a lot of YouTube in the morning. I've been doing a lot of work on the record, waking up in the morning and thinking about what to do next, and applying a new mix or quality service. But it's a great opportunity to test it. But I did catch Mark Fun Jones on the drive to work today. Good to see that. It got a little sketchy on his live stream as far as the connection went. but I picked it back up really well once he passed Carvana. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me as my own stream gets a little sketchy here and there. What's up, Pro Hat? Good to see you, my man. My buddy Sabian, doing a lot of great video game stuff recently, and I've been liking a lot of the content, especially the Minecraft content. You know, I am a big fan of Minecraft, and love to see young YouTubers out there doing YouTube and sticking with it. I mean, my buddy Pro Hat over here, he didn't just do a couple videos and get frustrated and put it down. He's still going. It's been, what, a year now? More than a year? It's been a good little while. Gosh, it's Josh. Good to see you as well. I'm over here walking the disc golf course, although I'm not a disc golf player myself. I know we have a great course out here, and just a gorgeous day out here. The sun is shining. The temperatures are all right. Maybe not necessarily short sleeve weather, but don a bit of a flannel shirt. Everything is very good, very groovy, totally hip and groovy, as our brother Brad likes to say. Totally hip and groovy. Yeah, so really good to see everybody out today. Oh wow, look at this. It's kind of neat where the gorge just kind of drops off. And interestingly, I think the rest of the disc golf course is over in that area. So we'll just keep going a little bit and see how long the connection holds. I hope the wind isn't messing with the audio, because sometimes that can happen. I notice the wind in my face a little bit. But yeah, kind of good to see everybody who's out in the middle of the day. Well, middle of the day for me here in Kansas. Maybe not the middle of the day where you're at. Other locations across the absolute round globe. So, really a nice little spot to go walking. Some open spots, but there's not a lot of thickly wooded areas in this little town of Salina. So where there are wooded areas, I would like to get out and enjoy them a little bit, have some fun with it. Perfect day to stretch the old legs, get some fresh air. Feeling very Friday today, enjoying it. Work is just flying right along, which is what you want to have on a Friday, not dragging too much. Got plenty to do, but not so much that I'm overwhelmed. The stress meter is in the green, which is always really good. Don't want to be in the red, don't want to be peaking on the stress. I hope the same can be said for you guys in your situations, whether it be carpentry or whatever else you might be doing for work, or not work if you're just kicking it at the house, watching some YouTubes. Why, I'm glad you picked me. I don't know how long I'm going to go, but I have a good little bit before I really got to worry about that. And a couple of times so far in the stream, it has tried to dip out on me connection-wise. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of walking around this little gully over to those woods over there where there's some more trails. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to come out to this area before there was a disc golf course and just kind of ramble through the trees because it was a nice thickly wooded area. So there are some fond memories, a bit of nostalgia with this location. Really enjoy it. Old Thomas Park in Salina, Kansas. I don't know if you guys saw, I did a restring video on my 12-string. Have a 12-string Rickenbacker, which I haven't pulled out of the case in half a decade or more, probably more. And working on the record layers that I'm working on, I felt that I needed some 12-string layers. So pulled that thing out of its case, had to find the case, had to dust it off, had to slap some new strings on it, and It's a very interesting style of headstock for a 12 string, where it's got some of the tuning pegs that point out to the side and some that point down. It was a very fun experience to try to get that all restrung. And as you noticed, I did have a bit of a helper in that. I think I've had him in the vlog or the videos around prior to that. My good buddy Bud, our little kitty cat, who is quite a character. Quite a character indeed. Well, the sun's going to hit me in the back, so you're going to catch a whole lot of my silhouette. Like that right there. All you get to see is round cap and the edge of beard. But I tell you what, on the way back, because I basically got to go the same way back to get over this gully, I don't have a jetpack to just jet over the top of it. Yeah. Cheers, Mark Fun Jones. So good to see you. Thank you for popping in for a couple of seconds. I don't expect 100 people in here today because I'm sure everybody is at work in some capacity or another. But I did want to at least do a little bit of live streaming for myself, if for nobody else. And I'm so glad a few of you have popped in here to join me as I walk, as I ramble, as I just have a wonderful afternoon, lunchtime, sharing with you all here. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and cut into the woods a little bit. I'm not sure. Is it working? It might be working. Who knows? Who really knows? But I do like getting out here in the trails a little bit. And usually when it's nice like this, it's also super windy. But today is just dead calm as can be. Nice and quiet when you get out here in the back part of the park. Nothing too crazy going on. And I'm not really walking the disc golf course in order. I'm just kind of meandering down some trails, having a little fun myself, stretching the old legs, seeing what is out here in the woods. You never know, you might find yourself stumbling upon a prairie dragon. You might find yourself having a bit of an adventure. Tell you one thing I'm finding is some mud. There's certainly some sloppy spots over here. So I got to watch out. But I got some nice boots on. Not worried about slipping and falling. Maybe worried a little bit about trudging some of this mud back into the work area. But if that's the worst that happens, why, I think we'll be all right. Interesting to see some tracks over here, but I'm sure most of this is dog. Although, I don't know if you can see this. I think that might be raccoon track. It is a little wild out here, and I'm sure we have all kinds of critters, all manner of little friends out here in the woods. On a nice doze right now, all warm and snug. See some of this right here, that's obviously some dog tracks. Somebody brought their dog out to play disc golf. But some of this right here, I don't think that is dog. I think that's raccoon or possum or something with some longer fingers, perhaps a bit of claw. And that's one of the things I like to do when I go out into nature, is just kind of look down a little bit and see who else is walking over here. I don't see a lot of boot prints, which is fine. Just means they're like me and walking in the leafy areas, not walking through it. And you get out here to the other side of the woods, and it's all just open. Just completely open. And we got a lot of that. You might have a bit of a tree line, a bit of a hedgerow, if you will. And I might walk back through this lane. I might walk up and around. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm having a good time. I've been on here about 16 minutes, and that's about half of what I was hoping to do and still be back to work on time. So here we are out here having a glorious day, and it's good to see everybody jumping on in and saying hey and those of you lurking, good to see you as well. Just having a fun little walk in the park. I think maybe I'll jump in this way. I mean, certainly going to see some mud. I don't think I'm going to get around it. Grieg Stott, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, here's a nice little trail. I'm just doing a little bit of trail walking out here, Thomas Park in Salina. Having some fun with it. Trying not to get too messy, because I do still have to go back to work. Clip away, my friend. Clip away. I don't know if this connection is any good, but if you can handle the connection and you're not having too big of a problem with me chopping, why, capture it. I say just capture it. Of course, this being a disc golf course, it's not that wild. It is a little muddy, but it's not like we're gonna run into, timber wolves, or I don't even think we have wildcats. We certainly have some cougars in the Kansas area here and there. But as cold as it's been, I'm sure most of those guys are finding somewhere comfy to be. Certainly aren't going to be finding any food out here because it's not growing. Not growing, but I'm kind of making my way back through, but I'm not doing. See, like, I really like the look of these trees through here, where you just get trunk after trunk after trunk, and it makes a nice little. I kind of want to do some paintings like that, where it's just not necessarily about the branches and leaves of the trees, but more about just like the trunk structure, bunch of perpendicular lines with your horizon and various horizon lines in the background and foreground, and then right up front you get some up and down tree trunks. I know I've seen a couple of Bob Ross paintings like that, but I have some specific ideas, similar if not very different, and we'll see how those go. But just enjoying a little bit of the old disc golf course. There was a time when there wasn't a disc golf course here, and I'm very glad that they chose to come out here and make 18 holes, share it with the group, and I'm trying to wind my way up and down and around and on through it, just to, I don't know, just to stretch my legs, get breath of fresh air, see what's happening. Not really a car talk, just a walk in the woods. And I'm so glad you guys chose to join me today. I have some music on the horizon as well that I will be sharing as Layers nears its completion. A couple of the songs I think are almost completely done, and I'll be trying to make some videos to go along with those, and then sharing them with you guys here and there as time allows. I also have some spring and summer plans, some long-term plans in the works that I'm sharing with some other people. So as those come together, we'll get to see how that happens. And a lot of things that I would like to do that I don't really have planned or scheduled. Some friends out of town that I would love to go visit. What was that little guy all about? There's somebody chittering away up there. Just a chittering. So we'll see. We'll see how all that pans out. Still hoping. Now, initially I was hoping to have this album done by the first of the year, and that did not happen. And I think at that time I was shooting for like 18 or 20 songs, and I've trimmed that down to about a dozen, give or take. And I think that is a much more reasonable length. Puts it in about 40 minutes or so, just under 40 minutes. 20 minutes a side if you consider it by side. And that makes it a good length to put onto vinyl, which is something I'm very interested in doing as time allows. And I might not start off on vinyl. I might just make a CD and do the digital release of Layers And then, as that kind of comes back around, then take an opportunity to put it on vinyl. Of course, 2008's Etchings, which I released officially a couple of years ago through the iTunes and Spotify. It's a good length to be vinyl. Not to mention some of the other bands. I appreciate those of you who have stuck around, hung out with your good buddy Catfish, doing a little bit of lunchtime. I maybe have 5 to 7 more minutes of chilling time before I should probably get back to work. And hopefully the stream works long for that to work out well. Go, I understand you have busy. It is Friday where you're at. I'm flew by. Ooh, goodness. I love being out here in nature and just seeing all the goodies. All the goodies. It's real. It's real life over here. But the internet connection is not enjoying it so much. Getting a lot of reconnection, and I'm sure it's a situation where the click and clack of the footsteps are louder than even myself talking, so hopefully you're able to bear with me there too. But this day, Griggs, Aunt Ada, good to see you. Where there's a bit of a disc golf course. The temperature is, I would say, upper 40s if I had to guess. But a very nice day for a walk. Perfect weather, one would say. Not too hot, not too cold. Number 9 now, reconnections. I'm just glad it doesn't charge me a reconnecting fee. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, indeed, Aunt Ada. Like I say, so good to see you, and I know it's good to be seen, but I get to see you around here and there, and when I do, it's such a joy. Such a joy to share this wonderful YouTube experience with good friends of all ages, of all locations, all over the place. It's a fun time indeed. If I do this wrong, I get all of the shadow, so probably best if I hold it on this side and catch some of this nice woods. Nice wooded area. And maybe this summer I'll get a chance to walk through here as well, and we can kind of compare with some flashback footage. But I don't know. I think this was a good experience. I'm feeling myself not quite winded, but certainly feeling the walk. My legs are very happy to have been stretched a little bit. Just feel great. Feel like it's a wonderful Friday, and the weekend ahead is just going to be fantastic. No big plans for me. Just going to be chilling. Have some family in town, so I'll probably see them. Some family obligations, which are more joyous than obligatory, and we'll see how all that goes. But wanted to share a little bit of different content. You guys might have seen my restring video this morning with my kitty cat Bud, my little tuxedo man. And that was a fun thing. I've actually been sitting on that for a week or two because it hadn't been right to share it. Today I figured, what the heck, why not share it? Oh, what was it? What? Had a question. Oh, the Mark Jones beard? I tell you what, he is working really hard on it. And you gotta like that. At that length, it's looking very good. I worry about when it gets a little longer, if it's gonna kind of do the bucket handle look, or if he's gonna let the neck grow out a little bit to fill it out a little bit. If you don't let the neck grow out of the beard, then you're just stuck with the chin part, and it looks a little bit like a bucket handle. So we'll see how he does. But regardless of how he does it, if it works for him, why, I support it 100%. I support anybody growing a beard 100%. Even those bearded ladies out there that want to do a little freak show attraction. Very okay with that. Them too, I say grow the neck out if you want a nice thick beard. But that's probably as much as I will wax philosophical on beard growing. Well, we're kind of wrapping up the wooded area of the park. We're kind of getting back to the regular section of the park. Oh, I know he's loving it, and that's why I support it. Well, there we go. That's why I support it completely, is if he's enjoying it, man, more power to him. And I've noticed Billy Down Under is growing quite a beard too, so support him as well. I don't want to be seen taking sides. Don't have a horse in that race, but I say anybody wants to grow a beard, just to grow it. Grow it indeed. So, well, here we are, getting closer and closer to the Catfish Mobile, old Super Grover. It is just gorgeous. I don't even see a cloud in the sky. Usually we see wind all over the place, and it is just calm as can be. Just an exciting day to be out in the park. And I could be out here for hours, but then I would be late back to work. So I will probably do a little bit of wrap up here. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with me on a little walk through the park with your good buddy Catfish Jones. And sounds like baby Stephanie Douglas is doing her weekend live stream tonight, which I'm looking forward to. Miss somebody jumping in there? Oh, Whiskey G, there you go. Oh, buddy, now talk about a guitar player doing music content so often that I'm struggling to keep up. So maybe I'll do some more music content for you guys very soon. In the meantime, though, I am going to wrap it up right here. I'm going to call it at about a half hour so I can get back to work, get punched in, and not be late. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and I will look for you again very, very